babies. Hi, how you doing? How is everything? I hope you're well. I hope all is grand. I hope your life is feeling magical. You know, that type of stuff. Let's get into it. This is a general message, so take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? Use your own intuition. If it's not your message, then it's not your message. I just want to say I love all of you, and I'm so grateful for all of you being here. I love your donations. They are so generous, and I really do appreciate it. I thank every one of you for that. Thank you for your comments, just watching the videos, just being here, hanging out, doing the work for all of us. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Whoop whoop. Okay. This is gonna be an interesting reading, because I did the cards first, right? And then I was like, okay, what song shall I, like, what song needs to come with this? Sorry, my hands are sweating already. So I was called, hilariously, to go to typo negative and hit shuffle. And it's just we'll get into it, but it's so interesting because the cards are giving off a different vibe than the song. So we'll figure it out. We'll see what's happening, or it's all gonna come together for us. All right. I'm drinking matcha today. I'm changing it up on y'all, and it's funny because the green matches the typo negative green. So we'll get into it. Okay. Well, the song that came on shuffle is Life is Killing Me by Typo Negative. I'm not going to sing it as much because it's kind of like a tough song to sing, honestly. Like a Jew in ancient Spain, and for Christ's name did pay with pain. Modern day Inquisition. Rest in peace. Oh my god, now I'm blanking on his name. I have to look it up. Okay, I'm all over the place. Hang in there with me, guys. I am blanking on old boy's name. There we go. Just hang in there with me, guys. I love you so much. Thank you. Yes, Peter Steele. Yes. If you know, you know. All right. If you know Peter Steele, you know Peter Steele. Just, if you're curious, go ahead and look him up. Look up, what was it, Playgirl that he was in? Just saying, just throwing that out there. Yes, so it's kind of hard to do the Peter Steele. I'm trying my best, so hang in there with me. Modern day Inquisition. What is the link between these crafts? Doctors and thieves, they both wear masks, overpaid. Meet magicians. Life is killing me. And then it says it several times. Your doctorate and Ph.D. would wipe my ass etched in feces. Will not cure your affliction. Dr. Jekyll and Mengele, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Doctors Jekyll or Mengele, and your face too, they're just a blur. Can't improve my condition. Life is killing me. Appointment made, waited 3 hours, did not realize you had such power. I'd rather see a mortician. Your parents saved or had the bucks. Your education stems from luck. Future corpse, death by a physician. I have no choice, devoid of rights. So pull the plug, it's my damned life. Keep me alive to increase your bill, a Red Cross hell, the hospital. Just let me die with dignity. It's not suicide, simply mercy. Just who do you think you are? Medical school don't make you God. So I used to work in healthcare, so this is hilarious, like reading this, like thinking back. Medical school don't make you God. Now I don't care what you've been taught. Just get me off this life support. Just let me die with dignity. It's not suicide, simply mercy. Life is killing me. Life is killing me. If you know, you know. Peter Steele, rest in peace. He's a G. I got my typo negative matcha. Let's get into it. Thanks for hanging out with me this far, because I am like, the energy's all over the place. I don't know where this is going. I'm just like, guide me, spirit. For one, what I'm getting here is you may be giving power away to other forces. That's what I'm picking up from this song anyway. You're giving power away to other forces when you have the power within yourself. The first card that came out is Mystic. Intuition, High Priestess, Visionary. There is a reason you have those dreams. So, I think this is asking you to use your intuition instead of giving your power away to something else. Yes, like it says, your doctorate and Ph.D. would wipe my ass etched in feces. Just because someone, whoever's talking to you, the internet, your boss, your doctor, if you want to go there, just because they have all this education and they've gone through this doesn't mean they're tapped in to what you are fully experiencing. That doesn't mean that they're reading your energy and they know exactly what's going on with you just because they have all this education or, power. Like, say, like going to your boss, they may not have like a lot of education or whatever, but you put them in a position of authority just because of that doesn't mean they know everything. And you have to use your intuition. Yes, they know a lot. Clearly they're in this position for a reason, but they don't know everything. They don't know exactly what you're experiencing. So don't give your power away to that. Okay, so did not realize, okay, appointment made, waited 3 hours, did not realize you had such power. So like giving your power away. I'd rather see a mortician. Your parents saved or had the bucks. Your education stems from luck. Future corpse and death by physician. So I'm seeing that as like, if you keep giving your power away to these people in authority and, not questioning, yes, they may know a lot and there may be truth in what they're saying, but is it everything? I have no choice, devoid of rights, so pull the plug. It's my damned life. Keep me alive to increase your bill. A Red Cross hell, the hospital. Just let me die with dignity. Who do you think you are? Medical school don't make you God. Now I don't care what you've been taught. So that's you coming into terms with, oh, just because you've been through this, you have doctorate, you have this, that, whatever, you have this position of authority over me, just at face value, doesn't mean you have authority over my life, my body, how I think, how I make decisions. I still have this mystic about me, this intuition. I still have my intuition. I still have my own knowing, my own connection with God, with source, with the universe, my spirit team, whatever you believe in, whatever you communicate with. I still have that authority. I still have that communication. And you do not tap into that. You don't know what that is. You don't know what that experience is for me. Yes, you know a lot. You've experienced a lot. You got to give props to somebody who's been through the surgeons I'd work with. I'd be like, what was it like in doctor school? You just because you went to doctor school, like, doesn't mean went through all the schooling doesn't mean you know everything. And unless, they're tapping into their intuitive abilities. But even then, they still don't know everything. They can only tap in so much. Yes, it's helpful to have somebody that's intuitive and can read energy and still have all that like education and stuff like that. It's very helpful, but they still don't know every single thing about you because you have that own connection to yourself that no one else can understand except you. And you have to work on that. You have to work on creating and strengthening that communication line with yourself. Interesting. We're just riding with it. Life is killing me. Get it, Peter Still. He has BDE, if you will. Get it. We also have magic. I am not underestimating my own magic anymore. Power, beginnings, transformation. With all of this, with the song, with that first card, the mystic, and then this is making me think of like when doctors will, which this is like always driven me crazy, is they'll say like, oh, you have like 3 months to live. They put this like timeline. They're so confident in what they've experienced. They're like, oh well, I've seen this 1,000 times. This is what, this is the data I've collected. This is what's going to happen to you. Instead of, so if someone, yes, they've seen it, but they don't know, they're not realizing, especially now that we're rising in vibration, we're in a new world. We need to start realizing we have the authority. Every single individual has their own sovereignty over their life. And you have the ability to be like, not take that on as like, oh, I only have 3 months to live. That's such a small box. And because, people are giving their power away to this, doctor. I mean, I'm not trying to bash on doctors. We need them. They're important. Who's going to fix your broken bone? If your freaking femur is poking out of your thigh, you still need somebody to fix that, okay? They're still necessary. But, my opinion is we need to start integrating like all parts of that. There is holistic, like functional medicine, stuff like that. There is holistic Western medicine that does exist. It's just we need to get further into that. So please don't come at me about that. But you're giving your power away to this doctor that says, oh, well, I've seen this 1,000 times. This is what's going to happen to you. And by you agreeing, you are like, well, I give up. Like, I'm not going to heal. So I might as well just submit to what this one single person said because they have, some letters after their name. They have some sort of authority right now that I'm giving to them. So I'm hoping this is making sense, but we need to start checking ourselves, especially now with the raising in vibration, and we manifest so quickly, and things come to fruition so quickly. By giving your authority away, giving your power away, giving authority to somebody else, giving your power away, that is going to cause this magic to occur, which is you agreeing, okay, I only have 3 months to live. Here you go. Here's my power. You said it, so I'm going with it. That is going to manifest exactly what's happened, instead of saying, being like, oh, well, yes, this guy has seen it 1,000,000 times, but he don't know me. Like, you don't know me. You don't know my body. You don't know my mind. You don't know my will. You don't know my connection with Most High, with the universe, my spirit team. You don't know that. Yes. And so we have yin and yang. I am in divine flow and move in alignment. Unity, balanced energy, manifestation. So understanding I'm trying to figure out how to say this. I'm sorry, I hate when there's like a long pause, because if you're just listening and not watching the video, you're like, did it stop? What's going on? Okay, so we'll look at the moon holding the sun, or the sun holding the moon. That's like you being caressed and giving the only like authority you're giving, or the only how do I say this? The only thing you are giving authority to is your higher self and most high, or the universe, whatever your spirit team is, entourage, whatever you believe in. You are giving your power to that, but it's not giving your power away. It's you understand that since they're both caressed together and intertwined, it's a co-creation. Yes, you say, I want this, and they deliver, right? Or they tell you what the steps are to go and do this. It's a symbiotic relationship versus parasitic, or I guess I shouldn't have used that to describe the relationship between you and your doctor. God, I hope they're not parasitic. I'm gonna need to be bloodletting you. Just bring it back. Bring back the bloodletting. Unity, balanced energy, manifestation. You understand that it's a co-creation. It's, unity. It's done together. And yes, you have both. You're understanding that there's responsibilities on both ends. So you're understanding, okay, this is a responsibility of Most High Universe. This is a responsibility of me. And my responsibility is to know myself and have ultimate faith and not let anything sway me or, get me out of, this high vibrating energy. Huh. Damn, that's cool. Okay, so I hadn't looked at these cards. They just kind of fell and I was like, whatever, put it in place. And then I did the song, and we have gift, animal spirits, and healing. So like that's very interesting that the healing card is coming out with this. So this is telling me you have the gift, especially because it like came like it landed in order with the mystic. So you have to remind yourself, I have the gift of intuition. I have the gift of inner authority. No one, no single person, whatever physical position they're in, at work, in the doctor's office, whatever position they're in, no matter what, or just some person on YouTube like this fucking guy, like like no matter what they're in, they don't have. I am the only person that has authority on what I believe and what I accept as my truth. That is my gift, and this is what the universe, Most High, has blessed me with, and I have to use it in order to have an amazing life. And if I'm having sickness, then I need to heal this. I need to stop agreeing that this is what my trajectory is because some doctor told me. Yes, go still see the doctor, obviously, and go get your whatever you need to do, but shift that agreement you're making because of something they said. And we have the animal spirits with that magic card. And I'm seeing this as like things popping up for you, like these synchronicities or something like that. Like say you leave the doctor's office and there's like a little toad sitting outside the door as you leave. That, or you see like a little fox running across your, like in front of your car before you get into it. Those are messages from the universe, Most High, your spirit team, whatever, and giving you like guidance or reassurance or something, like trusting that there's something deeper than just what's happening on this physical realm. and that you don't need to give your power away. You know, say if it was a fox, then it would be like, okay, I need to be more discerning and quick-witted and see through, because it's sly as a fox. Like, they're very intelligent. They can get away with things. They can use their mind. They can survive in many environments, whether it's in town or out in the country. They can survive in all of that. They use their intelligence, their quick wit to get through something. So you're being asked to use your quick wit, or say you see like some sort of these just synchronicities. I'm just seeing that as like the animal spirits as synchronicities. It could be animals, a butterfly lands on you, something needs to shift, and you're getting the message. And you have to trust that that's part of the magic. That's part of your spirit team speaking to you and telling you what's next. What steps do I need to take next? Or what do I need to know right now in order to get to this healing? And I'm seeing this now with the sun caressing that moon is, that's how, by surrendering instead to another person, another individual who has, all of their programming, ancestral curses, stagnant ways of thinking, all of this, instead of giving your power away to another person, surrender into the magic of the universe, surrendering and being caressed by Most High, caressed by your spirit team, the angels, whatever you believe in, being caressed by that and held by that instead of giving it to another person. And that's where this healing is going to come from, is knowing my higher self has my back. I need to become more in tune with it and listen. Like I'm seeing it as melding, especially since both the sun and the moon are like kind of twisting together, melding with your higher self, becoming what your higher self is. So that's stepping into your divinity and understanding the only authority that has over you is like Most High. And that's like still a symbiotic, co-creative relationship. It's a partnership, not a, a dictatorship, It's like, I'm telling you to do this, you're going to do it. Yes, you still have free will. And, obviously your spirit team is going to be like, hey, if you go do this, like this will happen. So it's your choice to be obedient and be like, oh yeah, they have my highest regard, or they have my highest intent right now. So I can trust my spirit team and the message that I'm getting, so I can follow that. 11:11 on my clock right now. So it's, that's up to you, obviously. And just knowing you have free will and you have your own authority over yourself. Stop giving your power away. Very interesting. We have missed opportunities at the bottom of this deck. And I'm seeing this as like, if you, like, say you're looking back and being like, oh, I gave away my power to this doctor, whatever. Like, oh, I messed up. Like, nothing is permanent. So, like, you need to remind yourself that, like, you gave your power away. You had the sickness, whatever. I'm just using the doctor thing as an, because it's going along with the song, but it literally could be anything. So, like, teacher, whatever. That's a big one, especially teachers really need to be mindful of, like, what they're projecting on children, because they don't have that ability to just discern, like, oh, this is a person in authority, I have to trust them. They don't have that. Parents I've noticed, are teaching, children to, question things and have their own authority. That's shifting, but still, like, they're very malleable. But, so it could be anything. I'm just using the doctor thing as an excuse. What the hell? As an example, I mean. That could be you're using it, ooh, that's why I said excuse. Okay, so make sure that you aren't using this other person. Well, this other person told me this. Instead of taking responsibility for you agreeing to that, being like, yeah, I fucked up. Like, I shouldn't have done that. Instead, you're like, oh, well, that person told me this. You're also giving your power away by not taking responsibility for you agreeing. So catch yourself on that too. Yes, this person probably shouldn't have told you, oh, you have a month to live. Instead of being like, okay, we're going to work on this. This is what I've experienced. You know, changing the wording instead of just placing that on you. And because it's also your responsibility to not agree, you know, or to agree, whichever way it needs to go. So quit using it as an excuse of, well, this person in authority told me this. You now have the knowledge that you don't have to say yes or agree to anything, and you have your own inner authority, inner power that you should follow. And that's that, you know, connection to your higher self, most high, universe, whatever. So going back to that, I'm just using, you know, the doctor thing as an example, but say like, oh, well, then I got sick and I agreed to this, whatever. It's not a missed opportunity. It's not, you know, it's not done. You can, now that you know, you can say, I am no longer agreeing to this. I'm going to heal. Or, you know, whatever thing you've agreed to that like shifted your life and made things uncomfortable or, you know, bad. It's nothing is permanent. Anything can change. Anything is possible. So instead of getting caught up of like, oh, well, I agreed to like have cancer or something. I agreed to that. And you're like beating yourself up over that. Stop, for one, forgive yourself, take responsibility for what you agreed to and be like, I didn't know at the time. I gave my power away. Now I know. And I'm going to shift my perspective. I'm going to shift my reality and stop giving my power away to another person, another human who has all of this programming, shadow work to do, traumas, stagnant beliefs, whatever, because we all have that. I'm going to listen to my spirit team instead. And I'm going to give myself my power back. I'm going to give my authority back to myself. And we have Great Goddess at the bottom of this deck. So transcendence, divinity, and Shakti. So like knowing, I'm just seeing more of the picture of like tapping into your higher self and using that, you know, your little antenna to spirit, most high, the universe, whatever, your spirit team, tapping into that instead and being like, should I, because yes, there may be information that you do need to agree to and be like, yes, okay, this will be helpful to me. But using that antenna, that connection to tell you what you should agree to or not to, what is going to be for your highest good, and moving towards that, moving forward to that, following, you know, these little steps that your spirit team are giving you. Oh, shit. And that's going to give you liberation. We have liberation under that. Free spirit, wild, authentic. Just let me be. Just let me be. I'm me. I don't need anyone telling me what is up. That's my favorite part. What is it? Doctors and thieves, they both wear masks. Overpaid meat magicians. Your doctorate and Ph.D. would wipe my ass etched in feces. Sorry, my phone, like, computer's freaking out a little bit. Can't improve my condition. So like appointment, what does it say? Future corpse, death by physician. Instead of like giving that power away, like, oh, they're gonna, like realizing like, okay, yes, I agreed to this. I'm taking responsibility. And by you taking responsibility and be like, I didn't know this at the time. I just gave my power away willingly to this person. It put me in a shitty situation because I agreed to this. It made my life harder, whatever. And, you know, I've caused myself to give it away to so many different people. But by realizing that, taking responsibility and seeing the truth of, damn, like people on a damn podcast I gave my power away to. Why would I do that? Why would I, you know, yes, there's good information, but you also have to tap in with that, you know, how like there's rainbow coming out of her crown chakra there, tapping in and being like, is this the truth for me? And truly like listening to that. Because, you know, people can say whatever the fuck they want, but you have to use your own discernment and use your own intuition. Just let me be. Once again, that crown chakra thing, listening to, tapping in to your higher self, which communicates with Most High so effortlessly, and starting to meld into that and being that person where you're tapped in, you're the mystic all the time. You're always listening to be like, is this the truth or not? What is this? Is this something I should agree to? And like, don't get mad at these other people, because to them, that's their truth. That's the truth. That's what they've been told, because they're also giving their authority away, you know, to like, say, going back to the doctor, like they're giving their authority away to like some old scientific experiment that happened, you know, like some scientific data from a long ass time ago, and they're giving their power away to that instead of, you know, moving towards this shifting perspective. This things can change, just as like we're all changing in vibration, we're all jumping timelines. They need to realize that as well. So you can't get mad at them, because they're just doing the same thing by giving their own power away to what their beliefs are, what their teacher, their professor told them. Instead of, you know, yes, you have to, in order to get through the school, you have to like pass the test and shit, but it's also like doing their own side research and stuff like that once they get out, keeping up on that, you know, that type of thing, and being more open to alternative stuff, you know, whatever. So you can't get mad at them, because they're just doing the same thing that you did. Yes, they told you, yeah, you have 3 months to live, but they're giving their power away to what they've witnessed in the past, instead of, or, you know, what they've been told by their attending physician when they were in their residency, you know, that type of stuff. It's all everyone just like giving their power away, and not, you know, tapping into that mystic, magical, you know, tapping into the universe, tapping into Most High, and understanding that literally anything is possible. All we got to do is get into that frequency and jump to it, jump into that timeline to where this can happen, and we can show people what the truth is. Life is killing me. Interesting. I grabbed the tarot deck, but I didn't feel the need to use it. All right, let's throw a little another oracle on there then, huh? I have no choice, devoid of rights. So pull the plug, it's my damned life. Keep me alive to increase your bill. A Red Cross hell, the hospital. Just let me die with dignity. And I'm seeing that as like you seeing the truth, finally realizing, okay, this is what I've been agreeing to. Let me die with dignity. I'm seeing that as like your death to like that part of yourself that was giving your power away and agreeing to that. So that's, you know, yes, it's an ugly truth, because you're like, ugh, I made my life even worse by giving my power away to somebody to tell me what to do or what to think or what to believe, and make my health worse or my life worse, my money worse, whatever. But I also took responsibility, you know, I also agreed to that. And yuck, I agreed to it. It sucks. But now I know I need to let that part disintegrate, come off of me, die from me, because I'm not that person anymore. I'm different, and I'm letting this go. I'm pulling this off of me and letting it go. Infinite freedom of thought is your foundation. Holy shit. I love it when it happens like that. Yes. So I'm going to say that's a good closer. How perfect. This whole, y'all saw me shuffle that. Just saying. Infinite freedom of thought is your foundation. So that liberation is where you need to set your foundation, that is like base camp for you. You need to work towards that, being at complete liberation, complete freedom of thought is your base camp, base level where you operate from. So you can be open to different things, like different possibilities, different information, but also being like, yeah, that's some bullshit. I'm not agreeing to that just because you have some letters after your name. You know, it goes both ways. This openness to being like, anything is possible. I could heal spontaneously right now if I wanted to. And so staying open to that. And then we have big mixed barrel of emotions. So that's telling me, and the one underneath that is growing is falling apart. So falling apart is growing sometimes, right? So letting that, see how the leaves fell off? Let me die with dignity. Let that part of yourself die with dignity. Yes. Oh, ew, I've been giving my power away for how long? I'm disgusted. Like, this sucks. Like, my life could have been so different, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Feel that stuff. Yeah, it's going to suck. And I'm sorry that you're feeling that. And, you know, maybe you have, and this is just confirmation of what you've been through. But it's necessary to feel that stuff. It's like grief. You know, you're grieving a part of yourself that is no longer you. You're letting it fall off, letting the dead leaves fall off. And, you know, for new growth. Yes, it sucks because you're like, ugh, that's like who I was. Like, that was my whole identity, you know, especially during like the Corona thing. Like, that was my identity to be, I was the person that I wore masks diligently, and I agreed to this, what was being told, what I needed to do, and I felt I was being a good person. And, you know, all of this stuff, I was submitting to whatever they told me to do because I wanted to be a good person, but I was manipulated into submitting to their power and giving it away, giving my power away to them because I wanted to be such a good person. So, and that could, you know, go further into like, you know, government and stuff like that. And just, you feel that stuff and be like, oh boy, I was really giving my power away. Yucky. And then, you know, it's a complicated thing because you're feeling like, well, I thought that was the right thing to do at that time. Yes, that was you at that moment. That was your frequency level. That was the timeline you were in at that moment. Now we can jump past that. Let the dead shit fall off. Let the stuff that isn't working for you anymore fall off. It's okay to change into a completely whole new person, even though that was like your whole ass identity. That's part of it. That's ego death. Yuck. Let me die with dignity. Let my ego die with dignity. Let that part of my ego just go. It's going to be a weird feeling, or, you know, you've already experienced it where, you know, like these messages are timeless. So it could be past, present, future energy, or it's just confirmation for you, whatever, or you're getting educated on something. I just pray that it helps anybody find, you know, the right message at the right time in the most perfect way to get what you need to be raising in vibration. But on that is simply mercy. Like, let that part of yourself go. You don't need to cling on to it anymore. Yeah, it's ego and very uncomfortable, but it's part of the gig. It's part of that yucky ego shadow work stuff, and it's okay. We all go through it. I'm doing it every day. I'm a cringe monster. Cringe beast. We're doing it every day. That's part of shifting, and it's okay to be a whole ass new person the next day. That is completely okay. And if anybody judges you for it, then tell them they need to work on themselves, and then they'll understand. You know, you don't need to tell them shit. Be like, all right, cool. That's my goal, homie. I'm trying to be a different person. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to grow every single day. And the fact that I'm completely different today to you, that means my work is doing its thing. Thank you. All right, babies. I love you so much. Have a wonderful day. You are so awesome. And keep, you know, claiming your power. Pull it all back from these fucking weirdos and claim it and stay in your own authority. Love you, babes. Bye.